and welcome, Rangers, to Shot for Shot Analysis. I'm here with my co-host, Dan.
Hello and greetings.
And I'm Joe, and let's get into this. We're now going to discuss the order of the Rangers from the first one who got in to the last one, right before Bulk and Skull. You have, at the complete end, Rocky, whom we did establish, got so excited to get on board, he rushed in with Kim and Tommy probably having been, let's not sugarcoat it, really worried. Because bear in mind, when he goes, woo! Kim looks absolutely frantic and
because he's going to do something
stupid. Then you've got, after Tommy, you have Adam. Now, Adam is a bit of a hothead at times. He does have, at this time, a very rational, reasonable side to him, as well as occasionally getting carried away by Aisha and Rocky. He'll frequently ground them or ground Kim when she gets excited, as seen in the episode with the treasure hunt. Now, next on the plane was Billy, whom is obviously there to restrain, but the trouble with Billy is if you put him next to Rocky, he'll no matter what get carried away. He gets swept up by Rocky's energy and always joins in with Rocky. Next up is Aisha. And she is the most dangerous to put next to Rocky because the two always end up causing trouble. No matter what, no matter the time, no matter the place, they will get in trouble together for danger or for the most impulsive thing to do, and they're going to compete to do it. Next up, you have Bulk and Skull. Weirdly, Aisha does tend to tone down her more wild side when around these two, and ends up behaving much more sweetly and kindly. And she often acts like a mother to Bulk and Skull. She brings out the very best in them. I think in one season 3 Love Spell episode, Bulk ends up finally admitting that he loves her, and then the love spell wears off, his memory is wiped, and he's going, what happened to me? You have Aisha, nothing at all. And she's looking weirded out and like, where the heck did that come from? Aisha is not very quick to see when people like her. And you have Bulk and Skull kind of crushing on Aisha, but they're trying to better their behavior and behave better. Now, I think they're aware of the Rocky thing, and that even Rocky's got a bit of a thing for Aisha. But they don't go out to abuse Rocky because they like him. They seem to treat him like a bro. There's a kind of bromance there as well. Rocky seems to be friends with everyone. So you got this bromance right there. From the first moment Rocky meets them, he treats them very respectfully, even warmly, and they seem to reciprocate. So there's a complicated kind of relationship. But although the only time Rocky was a little on the edge there was in how he treated them was with the psychic thing, where Aisha looked horrified and like some of her positive views of Bulk and Skull were shattered because they're her babies and they just behave like total morons and imbeciles, while Rocky was just reveling in watching the world burn, so to speak.
One thing I noticed is that the girls weren't sitting together because
Aisha would drag Kim along into the madness.
And Kim would actually make excuses for Aisha.
She always does. And I also noticed another thing throughout the show. You put Rocky and Aisha along with Kim, frequently Aisha and Rocky will drag her in, and Kim will make massive excuses for both of them. Because in the fire escape episode, Kim continuously made excuses for Aisha, even when Tommy was trying to gently tell her Aisha was getting a little drunk on power. That said, the only one who didn't seem to make any excuses, and yet was one of them to kind of rally the team, I think, was Rocky.
And that makes me think of Billy and Kimberly's relationships with both Aisha and Rocky. If Kim and Rocky are alone, Kim can help mitigate Rocky's recklessness.
Yep.
Billy is good at keeping Aisha on an intellectual level and keeping her rational, whereas Kim allows Billy to express himself a lot more.
Billy elevates Kim intellectually.
However, when Billy is with Rocky, they get carried away.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys. Kim and Aisha.
Girls will be girls.
Yeah, girls just want to have fun.
And this is really why these characters are all separated almost from each other. You've got Billy and Aisha together. It's obvious that Billy was supposed to rein Aisha in. But when Rocky gives that woo, and Aisha quickly jumps up and screams her excitement, you have what looks like Adam looking like he's excited. Billy just seems to just go, okay, I give up. No, he immediately gives up. He's like, okay, I'll join in. There's no reining her in.
We're at the jump off point.
She's going to do what she wants. That's really interesting. Then you got Bulk and Skull who step up, and they're a little eager, and they don't react with the same over expressive excitement You know what I mean? Like the same madness. There's a certain manicness to Rocky and Aisha's reactions. There's a certain consternation on Kim and even Adam's parts. You have Tommy, who's caught between consternation and excitement, just as Billy is. But with Bulk and Skull, it seems like they're trying to project an image of machismo, which I think that the two held back a little when climbing up on the plane. I think on some level, socially, they understood that Rocky had to, even they understood, Rocky could prove dangerous to himself. The machismo Bulk is trying to show, and even Skull, is one of, I think, trying to impress. Even Kim to an extent. Like, they're trying to impress the girls.
Like they have something to prove.
That said, it also seems like they want to prove themselves every bit as brave as, say, Tommy, because they are on good terms with it this time. The only one they're sometimes on shaky terms with is Adam. But Adam, weirdly, at times is intimidated by these two, emotionally. But at other times, he's not mean to them, he's just him and Billy have a meh relationship with Bulk and Skull, but it's really Rocky and Aisha who are very friendly. Kim has a friendly-ish relationship.
A bit more frenemy.
Yeah. Skull used to sexually harass her, but the two have made some degree of peace. Now, I don't like in season 3 them bringing it back and backing up the relationship, because in season 2, by the end, they had to reach a certain point of quiet peace with each other. Kim had the freedom of not having guys harass her and moving on to dating Tommy. So there was a bit of a quiet separation in a way in that Skull grew up. And I liked seeing Skull's character growth, but then they backed him up in season 3. But here, it's shown very delicately, very subtly, and Kim expresses concern for the two when they nearly jump out without their parachutes, and reminds them, well, this is coming up in next episode, and we're going to analyze their relationships more with Kim, where she says, you might want to slip those on. But we're going to analyze Bulk and Skull a lot more when we get to them opening that door to the plane and looking outside. We're going to analyze that entire shot and the Kim shot in one episode. Anything else you want to add about?
As we mentioned, we covered all the relationships. It does show that Bulk and Skull is now friendly with the Rangers.
They're almost included as part of the gang.
Yeah, it's like their relationship is very different than, say, at the beginning of the series itself.
Yeah.
Where they were obviously crude, rude
bullies
with very little scruples. But now they've grown up. They're part of the gang.
And the Rangers even look forward to hang out with them. Mm-hmm. And you can tell that there's even warmth in Kim's voice. That wasn't there in season 1.
Because in season 1, can you imagine all of them being crammed in such a tiny space without killing each other?
No, I can't. I can't imagine even Jason being friendly with them. And I can't imagine Srini being friendly with them. And the reason is very evident. Bulk and Skull did aggravate the relationship to that extent. Honestly, at the beginning of season 1, I couldn't even imagine them being friendly with Billy. But they are very friendly with Billy in this movie. They're very friendly with, in season 2, Billy, Aisha, Kim, Rocky, Tommy. They're very friendly. Now, at one point, they do bully Adam, but once he kind of mans up, they back off and become friendly with him. So, in a way, you can kind of see what they did there as almost being a kindness in that they were kind of and he did grow up. And it proved a valuable experience for him. So I'm just saying, you've got the Rangers who are besties with Bulk and Skull. And I really like it. And we're going to cover more of that next time in shot-for-shot analysis. But the next video will be another review episode of Mighty Morphin. So until next time, don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button like you're Billy smashing his fist into one of Ooze's goons. And remember, Rangers, may the power protect you.